welcome back. You're still watching Fut-Afrique. It's the last part of the show, and this is the part where I get to have a conversation with Jessica Bukamusonkomo, known to you and I as Auntie Disky. Happy New Year, new me. Will she have a new AKA this year?
Absolutely, keeping it the same as Auntie Disky. We don't want to confuse people. How are you? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Jess.
Looking great. It's almost like we never left.
Right?
It was never
we
a
didn't leave though.
Yeah, it was like just a short left nyana.
Yeah, it was like chips.
Yeah.
Chops. Anyway. Before we left, as you say, you had news about there would be a transfer that we must look out for. You gave me clues, and nobody in the studio gave me a clue. Well, didn't even tell me who it was. And most of them actually told me that they knew who it was.
Yes.
I just went blonde at that moment.
I gave you all the clues I could possibly have given you.
Those were not the best clues though, Jess. You did say she's a breadwinner.
A beautiful girl who scores crucial games at Banyana Banyana. Given the fact that we already know who's in a team, I think I gave it away.
Fair enough. Hilda Machaya as well as Sinokola out in Mexico. That is their new home for the start of the season. It's going to be very interesting, right?
Very interesting, very exciting for the South African women's football. And I think, you know, having 4 players playing in that league is definitely going to elevate the league. I'm super proud of them, and I know they're going to do the most. I think Tigris is going to be one confused team, because if we remember, Noxolo Tesane, the other twin, was playing for Tigris before she came back to UWC. Now her sister joins in the same league. Sinoxolo, Noxolo Tesane.
Yeah, it's just like, did they cut her name? You know, what do we call her? Nox as well?
Exactly. So it's going to be very exciting for the girls, and I think Tembi, Jermaine, Hilda, and Sinokolo are definitely going to be happy. And I'm super proud of Sinokolo, you know, making it to the Mexican League. I mean, it's a big team, and I'm hoping we'll be seeing more of her in the national call-up. Because if you remember, there were so many questions centered around the fact that why is she not getting a call-up like her sister? She has been playing in USA, and I think she's got the experience. You know, she's really grown into, you know, cementing herself in her space. And, you know, that separation from the two twins, I think she's really delivered, and I'm hoping to be seeing her in the next national call-ups.
I mean, what's interesting, and I think it's a conversation that one would have to have with both of them, is how do they cope and survive away from each other? Because they are identical twins,
yeah. And we know it's difficult. We've seen with the Shamasa twins from UJ.
Yeah.
You know, when one is playing without the other, you can definitely see the difference, but they electrify when both of them are on the field. But how they've done exceptionally well for themselves with that separation is remarkable. Perhaps we should have them on our podcast, you know, and ask them the questions. How have they survived apart from each other and doing so well?
Well, it becomes really interesting to see African players, South African players, playing out in different countries, but the fact that they have each other within the foreign land, I think that for me says everything. I mean, Nomvula's story tells it all. The fact that you become alone, you get stressed, the mental issues that you go through, but knowing that you can pick up the phone and be like, yo, Tembi. You know, you can actually say, yo, Tembi. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely, the same country, but we're really rooting for them and wishing them all the best.
Well, absolutely. Let's talk about the Afcon, 7 days away. How excited are you?
Whew. I think the energy just grows each and every single day. You know, when you pop onto social media and you watch adverts and it comes a little bit more real, super excited. I actually cannot wait for that first whistle, you know, just to see all this electrifying action.
Yeah, let's talk about the Taifa Stars of Tanzania. They're making their 3rd appearance. All they know, though, is the group stages.
Yes.
You are a lover of underdogs. I know you're going to probably tell me something that's going to shock me, but tell me about them.
So Tanzania, super excited, and I think it goes without saying how I've been rooting for Tanzania, especially the ladies teams in terms of their progress. However, I think that Brian also mentioned, you know, earlier that, you know, in the group that they're in, they're the weakest team, and it'll be very interesting to see what they can do. I mean, they've only had 3 features in this tournament. I mean, the first one was in 1980, and they've had almost 40 years of no, you know, success in terms of continental football or even making it to, you know, the FIFA World Cup. They have really had bad luck in terms of qualifying. So it'll be very interesting when they're thrown in with the big dogs, how they're going to, you know, try and maintain or even just have some sort of progress in terms of, you know, elevating their numbers. We do know that they have actually also been ranked one, you know, they're sitting in the position 120, number 121
Yeah.
That is not a really great number.
But I mean, rankings don't necessarily mean anything, right?
No, they don't really mean anything, but they speak about the progress and they speak about the performance
how
of
you're
the team.
Correct, because it's also based on the friendly games and everything that you play, right?
Absolutely. So when you're looking at that number and looking at the teams that they've been grouped with, it's going to be a very difficult one for Tanzania. And we know that, we've got Simba, which is a very strong team in Africa. It doesn't, it's not matching. The math is not mathing as to how do you have a strong interclub in that particular country. However, when it comes to the national team, those legs are not really benefiting the national team in order for them to advance and start qualifying. But it'll be interesting, like you said, underdogs sometimes give us these surprises that nobody's actually expecting, and they do have some great legs that we can look out for, but I'm just really rooting for them.
Before we close off, tell me about Zambia. Last time they were there was 2015. We're now in the year 2024, but it's Afcon 2023.
Yes.
Any upset that they could cause?
I think they're a good team, strong team, 18 appearances, have won it before. They've got some superstars. I mean, the retired Kennedy Mwene, we know is from there, and they've got some superstars who play. We've got another player from Sekukune. I think they do definitely have great legs, knowing that they've done so well in this particular competition and they've won it before. They know what is at stake, and I think there's so many individuals that we must really look out for. I don't think they have competition in that particular group.
Jess, one thing that you will do without fail, without shame, is rep the people of Mamelodi Sundowns. Well, there you have it. That's Jessica Bakamusonkomo. Make sure that you're on the lookout, because next week we've got a whole new surprise for you. I'm just going to say, Akwaba, you figure it out.